This video will contain spoilers from the world and story of Subnautica. Please beware.
Now, let's be honest, the world of Subnautica is a very dangerous place. So, to be able to survive there, many of the animals have developed systems and features that allow them to cope with the often dangerous environment and other co-inhabitants of the planet. For some, it might be an awesome camouflage, for others, it might be a hard exoskeleton. But the creature that we will be talking about today is one with perhaps the most interesting and amazing way of defending itself of all the creatures on planet 4546b. That's right, today, after many requests, we'll finally be covering the lava lizard. I'm gonna be telling you everything we know about these creatures, where in the world you can find them, what they look like, what they behave like, and any other interesting points of trivia that I'm able to dig up. And of course, just as previously mentioned, this video will contain spoilers from the world and story of Subnautica. So if you haven't had the chance to play it yourself yet, and you don't want to have any of it spoiled, I strongly recommend clicking off this video and coming back to it later. Now with that out of the way, get into your heat protective gear, ditch the thermal blade because it's not gonna do any good anyways, and let's go. First of all, the lava lizard is a medium-sized aggressive fauna species that inhabits some of the deepest parts of the world in Subnautica. More specifically, if you're looking for these, my best advice would be to go down into the inactive lava zone or explore the winding corridor all the way into the lava castle and the active lava lakes. Now looking at them from the outside, we can see that they have a reptilian-like green body with a large fin on the back, which they mostly use to propel themselves, two arm-like fins, each finished off with three claw-like fingers that run into a rather large head, split apart by a humongous jaw filled with razor-sharp teeth and topped with four very distinct outgoing ones, with two on the top which slot in between the two at the bottom. Other than that, the sides of their head are decorated with a pair of white eyes that flow into what is essentially one of the most interesting parts of this animal, that being the protection on its back, which is created from a crust of dried up magma. We will talk about this a bit more very soon. Now yes, and it is also worth mentioning that there are individuals in the world which do not possess this feature right off the bat. Now yes, their visuals are interesting, but what's really amazing about them is their behavior, and most specifically, the way they've managed to adapt to the crazy temperatures of the environments that they inhabit. Now on the surface, these act as any other predatory animal, mostly scouting in their small territory, swimming around and attacking peaceful fauna, or you, should you get too close. If they decide to attack, they can either charge at you, ramming you, or biting you with their teeth, but if you're a bit too far away, they might also decide to go for the sea dragon style attack, where they shoot a ball of hot magma at you from their mouth. Now the real interesting part, however, comes in when they feel threatened. According to the PDA, simply by existing in the lava zone for as long as they have, they develop a very thick layer of scar tissue, which can be visible on their head, that allows them to survive greater temperatures at ease. So, if one of these feels that it's in danger, it can actually swim into magma, coating itself in a thin layer of it, protected from whatever predators might be trying to get to it. Now because of this heat resistance, also quite amazingly, your thermal blade will actually not do any damage to them. So if you're on the hunt and you want to protect yourself, that is definitely not the weapon to take. Finally, it is also worth noting that the lava castle seems to act as their primary lair in the lava zones, most specifically because that is the place where you can find the most of their eggs. Now, that is essentially all of the information we are outright given about the lava lizards. However, there are a few more extra points of trivia that I would like to go into just before we end this video off. Now first of all, back in the days of early alpha, the lava lizard's model was actually used as a model for the Stalker, but it has been since replaced later in the full release. And on the topic of Stalkers, together with them and the Reaper Leviathans, lava lizards are actually the only creatures that don't emit any bioluminescence. Now yes, you can make the argument that their shell does in fact emit light, however, it's not bioluminescence if it's coming from the magma and not directly their body. Now there have also been some theories about the lava lizard's potential relations to the sea dragon or even the sea emperor, and while yes, I could definitely see the similarities with the sea dragon, especially in the way they attack, I think it's safe to say that if there is an ancestral relation, it would have to have happened a long time ago, as the additional differences in their behavior and their bodies are just too vast. And finally, back in the day, these things were actually able to attack the Cyclops, but that feature has since been removed. So if you're looking for a safe place to protect yourself or a safe way to pass alongside a bunch of these, the big sub is definitely a good option. But anyways, with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'm going to end the video. So I hope you all enjoyed and learned at least something new about the wonderful world of Subnautica. If you liked the video, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All of those would be very much appreciated. And if there's anything that I missed or a theory that you would like to cover, make sure to mention that down in the comments below as well. I would very much like to read both of those things. Now with that, I'm going to wish you a beautiful rest of today, and I'll see you all in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.